Guys, today we're going to talk about the perfect lure to catch a buyer. Each time you get a listing, you need to set yourself a goal. What are you trying to do with this listing? Do you want to just put this listing on the MLS, sell it, get your half of the commission and go on? Well, then do that. Just put the house in the MLS and let that be it. If you want to try to find a buyer, if you want business, then set yourself a goal to get that business. Once you set yourself a goal, you'll start strategizing on how to reach that goal. So the very first step, if you want to find a buyer, is to decide how many you want to find and make that your goal. When you list a house and do not find a buyer, you're going to feel a little bummed out, and you're going to work harder to try to reach that goal next time. So let's talk about some things that will help you get those calls. The first step is to list your home well. Use a really cool description, nice pictures, be proud of what you're selling, find the good in what you're selling, and market the heck out of it. How do you market it? You can use flyer boxes. Flyer boxes are huge. Put them at the house, the entrance of the neighborhood, the clubhouse, wherever you can. Put those flyer boxes. Make somebody throw those jokers away. So scan codes are really cool. Scan this code for more info. I can show you guys how to make these scan codes on a dynamic site, so you can change the link that it goes to at different times. So you may want to get some marketing material with a scan code and change that website each time you get a new listing or whatnot. Using directional signs are huge. Using directional signs with your headshots, even better. With your email and phone number, that's wow. Okay, people have your phone number at that point. Directional signs, they're going to get you more leads. There's no doubt about it. The reason I bought into Nextone, the whole reason I went the franchise route, so I would have easy marketing material such as these directional signs. You can get on low-end signs through the intranet, and they're really easy. They're not that expensive. For $80, you can have your own directional signs with your pretty face on them. So setting up a search in your MLS, this is a huge trick that I learned quick in my career because I was an open house guy. I love doing open houses. And I would always get that same question is, what else you got around here? Well, you're going to get that question. What else do you have around here? So you need to know. Go ahead and set yourself up in a search. If you use Real Scout, it's in the intranet. It's a great MLS search tool that you can set up. Or if you're just using the MLS, set yourself a search up for likewise homes in the area. Take that link, save it in the notes of your phone. You can always just click the notes of your phone, click listing, yada yada address, open it up, and that's where you can keep a lot of the details of your listing, plus save links. And you can save the links that will open up the latest comps and the latest sold, latest for sale, latest pendings. You'll want that link. So next thing is to check yourself. You want to check and double check your listing after you make it live, especially before you make it live. You will have wanted it to check it several times. Ask a friend to look over it. My best friend, Molly Bauer, she's very, very good at punctuation, how things should be worded. So I use her. I would hit her up when I had a listing, and I would send her what I had, and she would tweak it always. So write your listing out, have somebody go over it that you know is a wordsmith. I use Grammarly now. It's a pay service, but it takes that Rankin County redneck out of me. It takes that Mississippi slang out, and it rephrases sentences and puts things the way it should be, the sentences, the spaces. If you ever have a description and want me to run it through Grammarly, I will. Make sure you describe the home well, not just the neighborhood, the home. Go over the details. Somebody's going to really want that house. And the more details you have, the more easily you can sell it. Make sure everything is checked. If that home has a feature, make sure it's checked. If it's a gas stove or whatever. After you go live, check your Zillow link. This is another biggie. Log into Zillow, make sure everything is synced right, make sure the address, the mapping is all right, and then change that listing picture. Zillow, you don't have to follow those MLS guidelines, so you can add your name into the listing. Instead of call a realtor, say call the listing agent Ryan Porter for a showing today. That's legal. You can, your first picture of Zillow, picture this. Close your eyes. Think about that. Think about a house listed that's usually the first picture. It's backed up. It's a beautiful shot of the front yard, the front of the house. Now imagine if you're standing there in front of your sign holding your rider out where people can see it, and people will have no doubt on who to call to get information about that house. This will let all the Zillowers know exactly who to call, because honestly, they're trying to get in touch with the listing agent anyway. It's just Zillow's so tricky, they don't know how. So make your number easily accessible on Zillow. That first picture, swap it out, have a picture of at least your sign in the yard or something. So that will help you get more calls. So what's inside of your listing? What do you want to put inside to make it a great listing? The first thing would be a buyer brochure. When somebody comes to the house, you want to have your value written down as a buyer's agent. Brief description, how it works, and that little scan code to get started, go into your favorite lender. Once you do that and have these set up, you're going to get business. I would have this at the front door. I would definitely have it by the flyer box by the road, and I'd have it probably on the kitchen counter somewhere also. I think that people, even with other agents, would grab one of these and stick them in their pocket. So putting your flyers inside on a nice little stand with your business cards, having your flyers, this lets no question on who that listing agent is. And if that home is being marketed well, guess what? That buyer that's with that other agent may have a house to sell, and they're seeing how good you're doing it. So what's inside your listing? You've got doormats. Doormats are really cheap. It's a great way just to brand yourself, brand who's selling that house. Also, these retractable signs. These are really economical. They're about $100. You can put your scan code on that. Hey, scan this code to find out more info on this house. Or you could just market yourself. Do you have a home to sell? I would love to bring my marketing tools to your house. Anything quirky like that would look great in a vacant house that you may be selling. Investing in yourself in these ways will give you a better return than buying Zillow leads or buying Opcity leads or something like that. The money you spend on one Opcity referral is about $1,500. It would buy every bit of this, and you could get your own referrals. So what is at the home? Outside, you want to have your phone number as accessible as possible. Bottom line. Real estate commission has got that funny law that says the broker's phone number has to be as big or bigger than the real estate agent's phone number. It does not say how many times that agent can put their number. So have your number in maybe 2 places, 3 places. Have flyers out, have cards out, have your buyer brochure out. Be sure to have your rider on. I like to put about 25 flyers out at a time. It tells me how fast they're going. Plus, they're going to get a little moisture damage with just the moisture in the air. So you want fresh, crisp flyers, and you want to make sure to have a little sign by the door with the buyer brochures. Those little acrylic holders are not that expensive. So what's inside the house? There again, spend a little bit of money that will brand you. Hand towels. Think of something creative, guys. There's so many things you can do here. The thing is, you've got to do something. Have your cards throughout the house, the bathroom, wherever. Just stick some on the counter in the bathrooms is a good trick. So who is the competition? Who are you trying to beat out to get that buyer? Let's not ever lose sight of our goal. Our goal here is to find a pre-approved buyer. Now, whether that buyer buys the house we're selling is irrelevant. Our goal is to find a pre-approved buyer that's going to buy a house in the next 30 to 60 days that does not have a real estate agent. That is the one criteria that we're looking for, because that gives the best chance for us to sell our services. When you go live with a listing, it's going to kick off in the MLS, and just like most of you guys, there are realtors out there that have their clients set up on a search. So if that house is in Flowood, Mississippi, and it goes live and it's $200,000, and somebody has a search that it's going to email their client every house that's listed from 195 to 205, then your house is going to get emailed to that client. That client's going to check his email. He's going to text or email his list agent back. That's a nice one. The buyer agent's going to kick back to their client. Heck yeah, when do you want to go see it? Going to set up a point and a showing time, and they're going to go show their client. That is your best chance at selling that house. When you're talking to somebody that's listing their house and you're explaining the process, I let them know that first 5 days is crucial, because that is the ready, willing, able, looking for a house right now buyers that are really serious about buying a house. That is your first people that are going to buy it. Some of these people have realtors, some don't. You're looking for those people that don't. So this means you have to act fast. This means that when you go live on a listing, you need to have all your ducks in a row. So who's the other competition? Zillow and Realtor.com are probably the biggest two. Zillow is just a website. That's nothing more. It's clickbait. It takes all of the listings for sale, puts it on a website. People do not have to pay to get an account, and they can look at the houses for sale. Once somebody clicks on a house and says learn more, well, then that lead goes to Zillow. Zillow talks to the people and sells that lead to a real estate agent. It's nothing more than clickbait. You each have your own website that acts the exact same way. So with that, Realtor.com, again, same way. When somebody goes to their site, why are these people in business? That's my question. Why are they in business? And it's very simple. It's one place that somebody knows they can go to get the information they're looking for, or hopefully get the information they're looking for, but it's usually the price. It is usually the price that they want. Why not have that on a flyer in the front of the house with the price? If you do a price drop, go change your flyer. Give the people the information they're wanting. If not, they're just going to go get it from somewhere else that's free they can get to. So give the information that Zillow will give or Realtor.com will give for free, since they're giving it free. You have to play with the competition. So you've got to beat out Zillow, Realtor.com. I've told you the biggest trick for Zillow is change out your description and change out that front picture. Realtor.com, there's not much you can do there. It's synced from the MLS, straight from the MLS. But either way, you need to know who your competition is. There's going to be agents that ask to see your house. They got that lead for one of these two people. So you need to market, market, market. That's your biggest step, and you need to do it fast. So your CRM really works. So first step is the obvious. This is where you don't have to think too hard. Your first step is just think in your head, do I know anybody that will buy this house? Do you have any pre-approved buyers that will buy this house? Do you have any family and friends that may want to buy this house? Most of the time it's a no. Step two is if you keep up with your nurture leads by a pen and pad, or if you keep up with your nurture leads through our CRM, or if you say, Ryan, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't have any nurture leads, then you need to get your pen and pad and start remembering who's calling and emails. But you want to cross-check and see if you have any potential buyers. That's all this is doing. Your CRM works great. It's got a cross-check button. And anybody that's been looking in that area on your website, it'll tell you. Step two would be go to your website, find the home you're selling, and share that home from your website. You want to share it from your website so it drives people back to your website. If you share it from Zillow, people will go to Zillow. If you share it from Realtor.com, people will go to Realtor.com. Don't do it. Use your website. That way people will get used to using your website. Once they're used to using your website, guess what? Your CRM tracks it, and then you've got step one locked down. So step two will help you with step one. It'll start seeing where people are searching for homes, and then you will know next time you list a home with how you can cross-check. So you want to share that from your website to however you want to share it. Some people use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Some people don't use anything. The fact is, all of these are social media sites that help you reach other people in masses. So you can reach a lot of people very easy. So you want to share that listing with anybody that you can for free. And that is a great, great tool. So share it with your spheres, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Let everybody know. Call me if you want to see this house. Not call your favorite realtor. Call me. You don't have any MLS guidelines to do there. Again, a great picture of you at the house holding your rider is great advertising here. Step three. Boosting it on Facebook will get you leads. They're clickbait leads. They're ads in news feeds. Basically, Facebook makes their money by people like us that will pay them to run ads on their popular website. You can also do this through AdWorks. It's another great campaign that will put your house on, say, ESPN. And the way this works is if somebody like me, I've got my email, ryanporterhomes@gmail.com. That's what I use to log in ESPN to pay my fantasy football. So if I'm on fantasy football, there's these little ads in each corner. Your house will pop up in this ad. Want to move to Brandon 047? Check out this new listing for $300,000. They'll click there, and you'll automatically get their name, phone number, and email once they click there because they're logged into ESPN, so they know who's clicking that button. So those are those leads. They're clicking a button. They're nurture leads. Most of the time, they're not great leads. They're decent leads. They're leads, though. That's the biggest thing is if you throw 40 people that click that button on ESPN or Facebook, well, if you click that button, you're searching for houses. There's no doubt. It's just, are they ready? So if you're going to do a boost like this, use the KV Core Property Boost. I've made this little arrow. You can come back and when you get ready, but you just log in, find your listing, and there's different options. 250 is the max, 60 is the minimum. This will get you a nice campaign. When you're at 250, once it's pending and once it's sold, it'll do those like just sold in Flowood, ready to list your house. So you'll get a little more, a lot more leads that way, and some of them may be seller leads. So it's up to you. If you're not doing anything, this is a great $60 to get you 40 or 50 leads. Most of you are familiar with the KV Core Property Boost leads. You know the quality of them because we pay at Next Home $500 for your listings to get boosted for 5 days. Now you can boost them longer than 5 days. You can do 3 days, 10 days, however long that you feel like you should. But I would definitely recommend doing that. So let's talk open houses. A lot of people have open houses after their listing's been on the market for 3 to 4 weeks and they just can't sell it. Well, I guess I'll do an open house. Look, don't think of an open house like this. Think about it as a tool that'll help you reach your goal. You remember your goal to find buyers. So my personal suggestion is listing a house on a Wednesday or a Thursday. That gives those real estate agents Friday pretty much to get that email from their client, get that client to reach out to them, and then hopefully, usually they'll make a weekend appointment. Well, guess what? I got my open house Saturday. So I'm not behind the game. Remember I said we had to act fast to beat those realtors. They're usually going to buy it in the first 5 days, but we want a buyer, right? So we're going to list it on a Wednesday and go ahead and schedule that open house as soon as we list it. That way on Zillow and Realtor.com, you're going to have a little sign up that says open house. So many people are just going to say, honey, we'll just go to this open house. A lot of people don't like talking to salesmen. A lot of people just want to go see the house. They may have been told in the past that they needed to be pre-approved to see a house, and they're just not wanting to do that. So when you're having that open house, make sure you've done all the steps before here. Have your marketing already set up. That's a big relief on you having the open house when you already have your signs and whatnot displaying who you are. You already got your flyers at your house, your cards at the house. Everything's kicking and ginning. You've already got that link in your notes. You've got what's for sale around you. Go ahead and call that list agent. Be smart about this. Call that listing agent. Let them know, hey, I'm having an open house on 123 Main Street. Tell me about your houses. I see they're for sale. Will the owner be at home? What if I have somebody that comes in and wants to see it? How much notification do you need for me to get in this house? I know I'm thinking big, but I just feel like I'm going to sell something around here this weekend. These guys will work with you, and they'll say, heck yeah, let me see if I can, I'll let the owners know. We may have a quick notification showing on Saturday. I'll let them know. So this is going to, win you more listings and win you more buyers, because once you do this, you have your marketing gear out and you have this niche of this is how you list houses. Now you have a plan. This gives you a perfect listing presentation because you can tell each seller, this is what I do with your house. This is my marketing plan, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is how I plan to find a buyer. That is my goal, is to find you a buyer for your house. That's what they're hiring us for, not just to put it on the MLS. So, on your open house, let's do a quick open house one-on-one. Be prepared. Have your contracts, you're working with a broker, your disclosures ready to go to sell that house right then and there. Have it inviting. I like to have the door open if possible. Park on the streets. And just basically turn all the lights on, unlock all the doors, turn some ceiling fans on, get some music going. I put cookies in the oven before, trying to get the smell. It didn't help that much. I usually just get some snacks from something local. Having a sign-in sheet's huge. You want to track who's coming in. Some people will be standoffish, so have a giveaway. Use a digital sign-in sheet. KV Core and Spacio have free. Use the free cool stuff. I'm not a techie guy, but I know that this stuff would help my business. Then it's free sitting there. Use the crap out of it. Sweep your house. Be sure to pack a little broom or a little shop vac, something basic. Vacant homes are going to have little roaches and bugs dead in it. You want to get those up before people start coming in. Perfect time to fill your boxes. It's been 3 to 4 days. See how many people's gotten your buyer brochure. See how many people have gotten your flyers. So directional signs with balloons at all the key interests. Advertise your open house to the passerbyers. And know your stuff. You've got that link when people come in. Know what's for sale around there. And people are going to say, what else you got? Marketing. Listing it on the MLS is on Realtor.com. Putting it on the intranet puts it on Zillow and hundreds of other sites. Make a nice flyer for your sphere. There again, you want to share it to whoever you can. If you use the CRM, do a blast on your email to your sphere. Put it on Facebook, however you want to market it. But that's the main marketing tools. Then you've got some basic. Guys, this is one of the biggest things. I can't preach it enough. When you list a house and you've done everything that we just said, then you get a phone call and it says spam or it says unknown and you don't answer it. There goes your buyer. They're gone. And they may not answer when you call back. They probably have called somebody else, likely Zillow, because they always answer. You can call Zillow 24 hours a day. They figured out one rule in business, and that is you can do something consistently and kill it. That's all you need is consistent. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be great at it. Just doing it will make you amazing. Zillow figured it out. Hey, we'll outsource our phone calls to India or wherever. It's cheap, but it'll pay us back because somebody's always answering the phone. So answer your phone. That's such a huge deal with sales. Updating your sellers. This is another biggie. Every week, whether you've heard anything or not, just let them know. They're wondering. That's going to help you on your referrals. That's going to come back tenfold, is updating your sellers. Call your missed calls. It sucks. I hate being that guy. I hate it when people call me back because I don't know who I've called, but just call them. Hey, it's Ryan at Next Home. Just listed a house and I missed a call. So ride by your house every week. Check your signs. Make sure they're not down after a windy day. Guys, those are your listings. Those are your signs. And I know we put them up, but to see every time one's down or whatnot, you need to ride by, make sure everything's nice, prim, and proper. Your flyer boxes are full. There's no dead bugs in the house, no spider webs at the door. Things like that will really turn people off. Let the neighbors know what you have for sale. So use your touch options. There's face-to-face, call, text, email, and postcards. Those are the main ones I can think of. In that order, say you list a house in Gardens and Manship. You grab a bunch of flyers and buyer brochures, and you just go door to door. Hey, man, I just listed this house next door to you. If you've got any friends or family that's wanting to be moving to the neighborhood, just let them know. Here's a flyer and a buyer brochure. If I can help in any way. And this is what we're listing it for. It's a great house. Those guys are curious. They want to know. They see the for sale sign. They want to know how much is the house listed for. They're oohing and ahhing, wondering if it's going to sell. Let them know. Be their friend. Use SmartZip. This is a great tool to use when you're listing a house. Use SmartZip. Circle the neighborhood. It will pull the name, address, email, and cell phone number to each property owner around that house. You can mass email, mass text, mass call, mass go see them, mass whatever, but let them know what you're doing in their neighborhood. You know the postcards are popular, just listed postcards. There's agents that swear by those postcards. Those postcards are okay, but a face-to-face beats the heck out of a postcard. I know this. Christmas comes around every year. I get Christmas cards. I love my Christmas cards, but my face-to-face, my phone calls, my texts, my emails, those are just one step better than a postcard. So don't be afraid to go meet the neighbors. You can have a open house just for the neighbors. If it's a flip, those are always a cool idea. The neighbors are wondering what's been going on in that house for a few months. HOA, a lot of times they'll have a HOA Facebook page. See if you're allowed to post that at their HOA page. So that about wraps it up. So these tools are going to help you find buyers. There's no doubt, but you have to answer the phone when it rings. The bottom line is you are the listing agent of that house. You know more about that house than anybody else. So most people want to talk to you. They just don't know how to get in touch with you. That is what put Zillow in business, is people wanted information and couldn't get it. So Zillow said, okay, we'll just put the information right here. And then billions of people started clicking on it because they were hungry for that information. So now we know the game's changed. We need to put the information out there, but we need to track who's watching that information. And that's where you can use that KV Core Property Boost and different things like that. Just answering your phone, basically. Guys, I enjoyed it. Talk to you later.